I have my handy dandy recipe notebook, so you already know what time it is. I'm getting tongue-tied. Normally, I would say let's get cooking, but today we're going to be baking. Welcome to my channel. This is Minnie Moving Mountains. My name is Minnie, and this is my series called Minnie Bakes. Disclaimer, I am not a professional baker, chef, nutritionist, none of that. I'm just a girl in her moo-moo who loves to bake, so I can teach you how to bake, change up your desserts for a special occasion, or just give you something positive to watch. There is no fancy lighting. I just use a craft light. There is no fancy editing. I do this in one cut. And there's no fancy makeup or filters. It's just me showing you the things that I'm passionate about, which is cooking and baking, my weight loss journey, and crafting. So on today's episode, we're going to be making iced lemon loaves for my mother-in-law's birthday. I am going to turn around the camera so I can show you the ingredients and the steps, because I assure you, there is nothing fancy going on here. I just want to focus on what you came here for, which is to learn how to bake. So let's move mountains together and let's get baking. Here are the ingredients for today's recipe. Now this is just going to serve 4 to 6 people, but of course if you have a party bigger than ours, you would double, triple, or quadruple the recipe. For this recipe, you're going to need 3/4 cup of sour cream at room temperature, half a cup of a neutral oil, this is olive, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 4 tablespoons or half a stick of butter. Yes, this is salted. If you want to argue about it, you want to fight about it, join the military. 2 eggs at room temperature. This is half a teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of lemon extract. If you don't have lemon, you can use vanilla. 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. Also, you would zest a lemon as well. This is 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Into your oven, you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. First, you're going to melt your butter. And mine takes about 30 seconds. To my mixing bowl, I'm going to add my sour cream. Of course, if you do not have a stand mixer, that's perfectly fine. You can use a hand mixer, and if you don't have either, you can just use a regular spoon. Add your butter to your sour cream, your neutral oil, and salt. Mix until it's lightly incorporated, about 30 seconds to a minute. Add your sugar. Now this is where you would add the lemon zest, but I do not like the texture of the zest in a baked item, so I'm just going to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Mix for 30 seconds. Add your eggs, lemon juice. Mix. We're going to do this for 45 seconds. We don't want to do it longer than that because we're not trying to make scrambled eggs. And then you're going to add your lemon extract and or vanilla extract last. The reason that we incorporate it last is because since this is such an acidic product, we don't want it to separate because of the alkyne level. And just a quick whisk, about 10 seconds. Now we're going to add our dry ingredients. You're going to add your flour, baking powder, and baking soda. Mix for 2 minutes because we want to make sure that we fully incorporate the flour. And your batter should look like this, glossy and thick. Place batter into your form of vessel. I'm using these little muffin tins because I'm going to a party. Of course, you can do it in a loaf pan, which is the traditional. You can make it a cake, however you prefer. And this is what it looks like when they are filled. I am going to turn around the camera so we can chat about the baking instructions. Whatever vessel you choose, you are going to keep it out in an oven at 350 degrees. If you did a muffin tray like mine, you're going to cook them anywhere between 25 to 35 minutes. If you use a loaf pan, this is what it's traditionally in, you're going to do it for 40 to 50 minutes. And if you use it in a bundt pan, you're going to use it from 45 to 55 minutes. Now, I am going to put these in for 30 minutes, check on them with a toothpick, and then increase by 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the doneness. Since there is sour cream in it, sour cream has a high water content, so it takes longer to bake. So those are what are you going to do for the baking instructions. After that, you're going to let them fully cool. And then for the glaze, it's 1 cup of powdered sugar and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. You're going to mix it well, and then you're going to pour it over, and then it's going to harden and enjoy. Thank you guys so much for joining me on today's episode. It's truly an honor and privilege to be able to cook with you guys, or in this case, bake with you guys. For this recipe, you can find it on my website, which is www.minimeals.com. For my long form content, you can find it on my my YouTube channel and Facebook at Mini Savant, and short form content is on my TikTok, Lemonade, or Instagram at Mini Movie Mountains. Let's move mountains together, and what should I bake next? I'll see you guys next time. Bye!